Okay, hi guys, how's it going? I know I've not posted anything for a while on my channel. Really, the reason being was real life got in the way. Obviously, I've been doing a lot of projects and I didn't want to be, I suppose, oversaturating you with videos and not having a great deal to show for it. So last time I spoke to you, I was showing you obviously my prototype Constructicons. They hadn't had any paintwork or anything done to them. So now I have actually got to a stage I can show you some completes. So here we go. We'll start off with Scrapper. So as you can see, he's fully metallic painted now. He's got the, if I just fetch it in, the little red dots that I said I was going to do as Salvos missiles. Yeah, just ignore that part. That's just come apart. There we go. Whilst I picked him up off the shelf. Obviously the wheels had to change somewhat, but I kind of like his shape. So there you go. All the detailing's been done. All the rust has been done. All the arm mechanism and everything has been fully completed. So there you go. That's Scrapper. Fully completed and painted. So he's ready to go. He still transforms. He still goes into his Gestalt mode, and as you can see, he still goes into his vehicle mode, which I was expecting to have problems with. Obviously, when paint is put onto an item, it does thicken, obviously, the surface area. Now, here we go. One of the things that I did take pride in doing is adding all the little details on there, even down to the scratches in the buckets. That took me forever to do. So there we go. I mean, that was Scrapper. I mean, if you saw him from the beginning, which a lot of you did, then obviously you know how he looks when he transforms. The Scrapper, before he was painted, is in part 1 in the Revenge of the Fallen custom Devastator videos that I'm doing. And also, I didn't have that much in terms to show of Constructicons at that time, but I now have 5 completes. And 1 partially complete. I had to abandon work. I did show a video of Overload, which is the long red articulated dump truck. I had to abandon work on him currently at the moment due to the paints that I was using were not setting. The red pigment wasn't setting correctly. So I made a start on a little custom Constructicon, which, if you remember, I named after my wife, came up with the name, Sandblast. So here he is. So he's a tiny little guy, as you can see. He's all detailed as well and completely painted. So he's a double scoop, well, double bucket, which was recycled from, it's a heavily modified Rampage, basically. And then obviously that bit, I know it's not the greatest, but it's the best that I could do at the time. I mean, it was one of the first customs I did whilst I was learning next to Scrapper. My painting got a lot better. As you can see, I added the lights back in, added some rust here, there and everywhere, and mud, which was even on the tracks. So yeah, that was Sandblast. You guys can, if you can remember him from the other video. yeah, so he was quite difficult to do. And again, if I could just fetch... Come on, camera, focus. There you go. So here you can see the details that I'd added in to the hydraulics again. There was a lot of detail to do on these guys, and it did take a hell of a long time, I'm not going to lie, to do the different parts. So after I did Sandblast, I made obviously a good start, and he came out extremely well. This was the complete painted Rampage, what I've done. So if I just zoom this in a little bit more for you, just dip the camera down. So because obviously I'm having to fetch these guys to the cameras, so as you can see, all the metal work's been done again, the tracks have been done. Cockpit colour has actually changed that white. Kept with the Decepticon logo, but just had some scratches through there. Again, the same frills at the back have been kept. These guys are going to spend most of their time combined, so there's not going to be a great deal in terms of transformation. Not going to transform any of these guys, and obviously the reason why is, well, if I went through an entire video of showing you how they transform, I'd just be repeating what my previous video showed you, so it would just make no sense. So yeah, I mean, Rampage came out really good, and I mean really good. I was extremely happy with him. So I'll fetch him closer to the camera so you can see the details on him. So, as I said, if it decides to focus, come on camera, you can do this. There we go. So the cockpit colour completely changed. The pipes got chromed, as did the tracks in certain areas. Again, there was mud and dust added to those. I did the scoop mechanism completely different because it was that horrible yellow colour. So I wanted to make him completely different to your box standard, I suppose, the run Rampage. So yeah, I was just checking, just looking, another bit was in there. So yeah, the pistons and everything, and he came out really nice. I mean, he sat on my shelf and I'm like, damn God, that guy actually looks really good. So that's when my painting had dramatically improved. So yeah, I was quite happy with Rampage. Everybody who's seen a Rampage, especially a deluxe Rampage, again, I'm not going to transform him because everybody knows what deluxe Rampage looks like transformed. So that's all I'm going to do. Yes, I have added details onto the guy himself as well. But like I said, a lot of the time they are going to spend their time combined. Once I've added all the connector ports in, Rampage is actually going to transform a little differently into his foot. He is going to combine with another, which is going to be another custom Constructicon. Mainly because he's not as wide as what Longhaul is. So for him to bear the weight of Devastator on the left leg, he would need something additional to clip onto him. So I've decided, right, like Sandblast, I'm going to make another guy to connect into Rampage and just give the leg probably a little bit more sturdiness. And there's probably going to be a few bits which are going to come from Overload as well too. Because what I've discovered, the same way as Janellis 22X did on his custom Devastator, he had to scatter parts through different Transformers, through the different Constructicons. Now I thought I could keep it quite compact and minimised, and I've realised that as you go through the project, you do need to figure out what needs to be done. So yeah, that's, well, as I said, that's Rampage. He looks great. I like him, and I think he's my favourite so far anyway. Now, this guy, I've currently got him in his vehicle mode. No, I am not transforming him, because everybody who owns this guy will know how much of a pain in the ass the Voyager class is. But I think you will all love the paintwork, what I've done on him. And that is Mixmaster. Now, if I zoom in again, as you can see, I've added cement bursts up the bonnet, bit of chroming on the top, cement. I can't actually, that's one of the most annoying things about this. You can't actually turn it round, show you, so I've got to turn the entire thing. So you can see like the cement markings, what I've done on the doors. I've chromed all of the grills, the wheels inside, these, oh yeah, the fuel tank, the cannon underneath, that's all been chromed. These fuel tanks here have been chromed. The lights, they were chromed, and then what I did is that I put a white paint over the top of them. All the bumpers been chromed, the radiator's been chromed, even this little bit here has been done. Not to a massive extent, obviously. I blended it in with the bonnet. The windscreen wipers, even the little things across the top, the little, I think they're supposed to be the headlights, like truck headlights, what American pickups do have. The exhausts have all been chromed. I did a lot of work on this guy, so as you can see, like, I've added cement like here and there, like smudged it into all the wheels, used a silver best way to, it's a fibre rub. It actually comes like this, so it's a bit, well, there you go, I've got it on my fingers already. But it's really good for doing metal sheens and things like this. So it's a fantastic thing to have, a fantastic artistic item anyway. And then all down here I've added all the metal rubbings, highlighted all the like the little parts so you can see them shining in the light. It's not brilliant lighting, I know it is kind of dark over here. It's winter in England at the moment, so we're coming up towards Christmas, people. So yeah, that's what I mean by real life kind of took over. We've got Christmas around the corner, and I've been working solidly and yeah, just kind of trying to concentrate on getting some stuff together for you guys so you can actually see what I've been up to. So yeah, I mean, again, the rim around here has had chroming done. It's got cementing, chrome ladder now down the side. The as you can see, the bucket is a completely different colour. It's black. Inside that, it's got cement rubbing again as well. Silvered these here. So it's the cement disbursement has been completely changed. So yeah, I mean, that's what Mixmaster looks like at the moment. And I think it just looks, it's just amazing what a little bit of paint can actually do to a Transformer. What looked absolutely dull and boring. I mean, that's not a dig at Hasbro, but they could really up the ante in what they can do. Oh yeah, and I even did the wing mirrors, if anybody noticed already. So yeah, that's Mixmaster. So we'll take him away. Let's get the next guy up. So this is Constructicon number 5. Now, I'm not going to transform him. And I'm not going to do a showing like I did in the other one, because anybody who has got Longhaul or anybody who has got Payload, America got Longhaul, we got Payload. Ugh. It is horrible, it's yellow, and he was a pain in the arse to paint, I'm not going to lie. And this was after we completely dismantled him as well. And there was some parts you can't even remove. So I've currently got him, because as you can see, I was playing about with a Gestalt mode for him. So here you go. This is Longhaul. Again, he does transform. He's still a robot. He's basically been completely repainted. He was Payload. He was completely bright yellow. You can actually see in certain parts when I said you couldn't get to them. I mean, I'm not shy to show. I mean, it's all learning. You can see just in there and in the other wrist. But there was no way to take that apart without completely removing the pin or removing the hand entirely. The only way you can remove that hand is by cutting it off. And I know that because I used a set of Payload arms in another project that I'm doing, which is for this Devastator. So as you can see, he's in his Gestalt mode, he's in leg mode. It took me a little while to feel happy about this, but when I put him sideways on, I was like, you know what, yeah, that actually does look pretty good. So that's what I'm settling as. Ooh, just knocked the camera a little bit there. So here we go. What will happen is eventually there's going to be 2 magnets, one here and one on the other side in the same place, and or possibly in the middle. It depends on how I'm feeling. And then these are from another Payload which I repainted, and they're just going to clip here and here, like so. So the reason being for that, there is going to be a little bit of a gap, but if I turn him round, look how much wider the foot space becomes. In fact, just turn it round a little bit more. So look, there you go. If I take that away, that's what you've got to work with. If I put that on, that just adds a hell of a lot more stability in terms of the weight distribution. Now what I'm also going to do is I have been working out a way. A lot of people are probably thinking, well, how are you going to get a connect pin up here, like onto the legs? Or what we're going to do is that if I put this here, like so. Now this, if you recognise, is from a Supreme Devastator. Now this particular one is just what I've been playing around with, because as you can see, I've used it for bits and bobs. I may use the toes to fit in between here. I'm not entirely sure yet. It's just an idea I'm playing with. But what we were talking about is using this as a clip. So seating this over here This then lowers in, and believe it or not, that is secure, like so. And then putting a connect pin up here, and I mean that I'm pushing down on that. That is how sturdy it is, apart from when you knock it off like that. So, or it sticks to your fingers because you've got paint on them. But yeah, that simply just locks into there, and I was like, oh my god, that's so perfect. I didn't even mean for that to happen, yet it works. So I'm settling with that idea. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to adapt on this clip here. I'm probably going to put some like piping to come round and then maybe connect into these wheels down at the bottom, just here where the holes are, so they can just then slot right in. So yeah, that is Longhaul. I hope you guys like him. I mean, I like him. Like I said, he was an absolute bitch to paint, I'm not gonna lie, but after I'd finished him, he was worth every second. I'm hoping that I'm going to get the same result when I come to do Overload, which again I'm still having problems with, and the main reason being it's the articulate dump truck part. Now the dump truck side of things I think is going to have to come at a later date, just because we don't have the toys in this country that the Americans have to be able to make something like that. So, but yeah, so I'll take this guy away. Ooh, here we go. Just be gentle with him. So I'll put him back on the shelf. Like I said, he was in his Gestalt mode because I was playing with him earlier. I'm figuring out a way how I can get him to look like a foot, and I've done it. And last but not least, he's not complete. You'll notice that there's a lot of parts missing. Is Hightower. So here we go. We've got Hightower. Just moving the camera again for you guys, and as you can see, the cockpit's completely different colour, complete different paint job. As you can see, I've added the red tubing, red, I don't even know what they are. I've added the, even down to the chrome inlay and the screws on there. There's rust work, there's mud, there's just basically everything like that the other Constructicons have got. Now this is the part you guys are going to love. And it took a hell of a lot of work, but given the limited amount of space you have in the Supreme Hightower, did I call him Longhaul at the beginning of the video? I'm not too sure. Anyway, there is a bot in there. I have managed to mount the head in there. The connect port on magnet, as you can see, is in there. The arms are on ball joints. That's where the other payloads arms went to. I connected the buckets to there. Made them look like welds, as you can see. So I made it look like it was welded with the paint. Then the leg joints here are going to be where the caterpillars are going to be connected in eventually. They're recycled from an Optimus Primal. These are recycled from a payload. If you can see just in here, the reason why I'm having to fetch it that angle is just in there you can see that there's some more, there's another split mechanism, and that's because this removes, this splits in half. That part there is where the head flicks round and opens up, and you've got a head as well. So these parts here become the shoulders, these parts become rear legs. The caterpillars will actually come all the way around, make arms. So I mean, it was a lot of work and a lot of manipulation. But eventually he will stand there nice and proud. I am extending the crane boom. So the crane boom, if I move him back, is going to be about this long eventually. I've made all the little parts and everything. And there is going to be one of Devastator's wrecking balls on the crane lift. So it's going to be like about halfway down the chain. So you've got the crane boom, if you can just imagine, then all your bits of gaff what go up to it, and then the chain coming down, which if you've already seen the hook from the previous videos, I've actually managed to, I've added a chain and a loop to there now. So there you go. So that's where it looks like at the minute. And then there's a bit like a necklace lobster clip on there. So it's really hard. It's trying to focus in, but it's because it's moving. So there, yeah. And then we've got, I've decided to make something else for him, because I thought it might look a little bit boring compared to the rest, just stood there as a crane. So I made these. So that's an extra chain with two barrels that are chained together, just to give it a little bit of weight. And it's just going to make him, I think, just make him look a bit more interesting. So yeah, he's got two oil drums, which chain together with another chain around them, which are linked. That took me a hell of a long time to do yesterday, because it was really, really fiddly. But yeah, it's coming together really well. So in the time that I have been away, and not posting anything on my channel, it was mainly because, one, yeah, I had a lot of work to do, and two, I wanted to make sure I got enough stuff for you guys. So currently, that's where the custom Devastator, obviously if you look, if you wanted to know what the actual things looked like as well, if you look, well, they'll be up here now on the screen. So that's, we've got Longhaul, and we've got the combined foot of Sandblast and Hightower. So yeah, that's Longhaul in his robot mode, and we've got the prototype, I suppose. They are the actual things, but the mock idea I was playing with of Hightower and Sandblast combined together for the first time, and I'm happy with it. Now, entirely up to you guys. I mean, thank you very much for watching this video. I might have been a bit quick with this. I will be uploading another video as well, showing another project that I am currently working on. So believe it or not, it's not actually taken me away from Devastator. I'm actually doing it alongside of Devastator whilst different parts are drying, etc. So the next video I will be uploading will be my custom Bruticus. Now, a lot of people have waited on me to say what's the next custom that I'm working on. That is what I'm working on. And then I'll be able to tell you, because I've already shared in the Transformers group already that I'm part of. If you want to give them a follow or request to join, the group is called TF and Such. So Transformers and Such is the name of the group on Facebook. Request to join. I will note that there is no selling on the group. There is no trades on the group. No religious antics as well. Obviously, it's a group developed purely for fun, for collectors, and for people that are obviously interested in the same things. So, obviously, keep it peaceful, guys. Request to join. I mean, the more members, the merrier. You get to see my customs on there first and foremost. So the groups that I am part of get to see my customs first before anybody else. So, which is understandable. That's only fair. They provide me with the parts that I need, and I provide them with insight into what is actually going on. So, next up, next video will be Custom Bruticus. So, I'll see you soon, and I hope to hear your comments, feedback. I will be starting a Facebook page very shortly, which is going to be TF Customizer on Facebook. Spelt the same way as my YouTube channel. If you've got any recommendations, any suggestions that you want to put forward for new customs. Also, in the next video, I will be telling you what customs I am doing and in what order. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. Subscribe, like, and please share any videos that you have seen or liked, or any channels that you might want to recommend that I follow. Any feedback, any criticism, it's all good. Is what makes me become a better customizer. So thanks a lot for your time, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you're from. Peace.